Hello, my dear viewers, my dear students. You know that class 11 first semester exam is in the month of or will be held or is going to be held in the month of September, and notice has already been served by the HS Council. However, I have taken 7 grammatical items for discussion from Amarnath by Sister Nivedita. Amarnath by Sister Nivedita. I have taken 7 grammatical items, and another day I will give you another 7 items, and that will be the completed version of my grammatical chapter. Okay, I should not make my introduction lengthy. Welcome to my channel, An Easy Step to English Grammar. And if this video comes to your benefit, please like, comment and subscribe, please. Let us start. My first item is Kashmir seemed in those days to be full of pilgrims, and you have been asked to turn it into a complex sentence. You see that Kashmir seemed in those days. So please write it down. Don't skip a single word because it is the discussion on grammar. In those days, Kashmir seemed to be full of pilgrims. It is the simple sentence. So, in those days, it seemed, you must supply a preparatory it. In those days, it seemed that Kashmir was going to be full of pilgrims. Please write down, or please listen to the video very attentively. In those days, it seemed Kashmir was going to be full of pilgrims. Let us analyze the sentence. In those days, it seemed, principal clause, that Kashmir was going to be full of pilgrims, subordinate noun clause and object to the verb seemed. Clear? Now let us come to the second item. We left Achabal and returned to our boats at Islamabad for final arrangements. Turn into a simple sentence. So here the subject is the same person, that is we. We left Achabal and we returned to our boat. So we may easily use participle. Then which action was performed earlier? That is, we left Achabal. Now let us start. Having left Achabal, we returned to our boats at Islamabad for final arrangements. So having left Achabal is the portion of participle. We returned to our boats at Islamabad for final arrangements. It is the main part of the sentence, and the only finite verb is returned. Come to the third question. All these questions are very important for your exam. Organization appeared to be Organization appeared to be instinctive. Organization appeared to be instinctive. Turn into a complex sentence. So it appeared that organization was going to be instinctive. It appeared in the same manner. It appeared, principal clause, that organization was going to be instinctive, subordinate noun clause and complement to the verb appeared. Here, come to the fourth item. There were hundreds of monks of all orders with their Gerua tents. Complex. Turn into a complex sentence. How will you solve it? there were hundreds of monks of all orders who, remember and follow, there were hundreds of monks of all orders who had their Gerua monks with them, double had. That is one for past perfect tense and the other for to have. Again I am repeating. There were hundreds of monks of all orders who had their Gerua tents with them. So it is subordinate adjective clause or relative clause and qualifying the noun monks or hundreds of monks. Now come to the fifth item. Why make such distinctions between Swadesh and Videsh? Assertive sentence. Turn into an assertive sentence. Why make such distinctions between Swadesh and Videsh? Then how will you convert it or transform it into assertive sentence? We should not make or we need not make such distinctions between Swadesh and Videsh. We should not or we need not make such distinctions between Swadesh and Videsh. Okay? Now come to the sixth item. Let him practice a narrow orthodoxy. So here the object is narrow orthodoxy and here the sentence begins with let imperative sentence. So let a narrow orthodoxy be practiced by him. By him. Okay? Let a narrow orthodoxy be practiced by him or him is object, so the subject may be he. Let he be allowed to practice a narrow orthodoxy. Let he be allowed to practice a narrow orthodoxy. Clear? Now come to the last item, that is the seventh item. At Pahalgam, the village of the shepherds, the camp halted for a day to keep Ekadashi. Split into simple sentences. At Pahalgam, the village of the shepherds. Now let us split first. The first sentence will be Pahalgam is the village of the shepherds, or the Pahalgam was the village of the shepherds. Again I am repeating. Pahalgam was the village of the shepherds. At that village or at this village, the camp halted for a day to keep Ekadashi. Clear? There are two simple sentences you see. Pahalgam was the village of the shepherds. First sentence. At this village, the camp halted for a day to keep Ekadashi. So there are two simple sentences. I have given you 7 grammatical items, most important items, and another day or the next day I shall arrange for another lesson on textual grammar from Amarnath by Sister Nivedita. Thanking all of you. Good night. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if this particular video comes to your benefit. Okay.